There have been some weird things going on with OBS, namely in the fact that when I'm doing a stream, it doesn't matter what quality settings I turn on. I seem to wind up with sort of these mysterious, not exactly dropped frames, but sort of a lag to the frame rate. And this has been happening since the most recent update. I'm just going to enjoy the cutscene for a moment. Still like that opening cutscene. So yeah, I've been having, since the latest update to Streamlabs OBS, which is something I switched to a while ago, this latest update seems to be causing me some weird frame drop. It's like less than a frame a second, but it is a noticeable little stutter. Hey, Miles 4K, good to see you. So I'm not 100% sure what's causing it. The couple of false starts to the stream were me trying to resolve those, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I'll try not to let it... I think the biggest thing for me is that I do spend a little bit more money on my PC than I normally would, and part of the hope for that is to show games, you know, well. And I've made a little bit of a compromise on that because I noticed that Twitch wouldn't give me transcodes whenever I put the bitrate above 3000. So I have limits in terms of what I, what I broadcast at. And every once in a while I go in to see if I can change those around. But this one here has been a little frustrating. But I mean, they're good. Just play old games. Well, that's just it. It isn't the fact that it's old games to spawn that problem, Miles 4K. Although obviously, as far as showing them in their best light, that tends to usually the stutters will be just part of the game anyway. But yeah, it's a weird one. But again, actually, I was gonna say just play games is probably the best answer here because there's really no point in letting it get in the way of of being able to experience a perfectly enjoyable game. But I'm working on it. A couple of bits of housekeeping. I've been thinking a little bit about how to handle sort of the opening of the stream. So like what you'll notice this time compared to a lot of my other Battletech streams, I usually have about 10 or 15 minutes of kind of getting ready to go. Now don't get your hopes up. I'm probably going to still wind up talking a whole lot, but at the very least here we're going to be getting into the mission screens a little bit earlier and whatnot. And it's a tricky call because like it obviously with a live broadcast, there's going to be some lead up. People are going to want to get their notification. People, have an expectation. I start around, between 7 and 8. I was actually going to be really strict at finishing at 10 o'clock, but because I was doing some of this maintenance stuff, I'll make sure I do like a proper full-length stream, but I do need to record another episode of Elder Scrolls, and on top of that, I need to compress it, upload it, make sure that it's transcoded for Twitch in time for 7 o'clock tomorrow. So I like to go late usually with Battletech. This time I'm on a very strict schedule because ultimately I need to basically start hitting that record button on Elder Scrolls immediately after after the stream is done. But yeah, so when it's not VOD stuff, there's sort of a lead up. And I mean, I'm normally chatty anyway, but obviously you want to give people a chance to kind of come in. And one of the big challenges that I run into is I want to try and find a way of using that time meaningfully. I find with Stellaris it's a little bit easier because I can at least talk about what happened in the previous run. But I've been debating on trying to add, like, whether or not there would be any benefit to doing sort of like a podcast-ish kind of thing, to just talk about things that I would normally talk about in like a blog or an AMA or something like that. Normally AMAs don't have kind of enough people asking questions to be really worthwhile. But I've been debating about that. That might be something I try in the new year. Not that you need to wait for the new year to try new things, but it's worth thinking about. As far as where we're at here, we have lost our first Mechwarrior, so Decker got annihilated on this Liao mission. I will admit, I found that a very difficult mission, full stop. I probably could have stood to have my team a little more clustered. Hey, how you doing? Thank you very much for that host. It was, you played Empire at War recently. It's on sale for $7. I get it for free with Origin Access. Well, not free. I get it. I get it as part of the subscription. I haven't actually played it yet, but I'm looking forward to giving it a try. Not intended as such, I assure you. And sorry, let me say that. Prods. I always mispronounce this. Prodziwi Smock, thank you very much for the host. How are you doing? But yeah, we lost Decker. So again, I could have clustered my guys up a little bit better. But that was a pretty difficult mission because essentially your escorts show they have absolutely no sense of self-preservation. And they bring in two lances of enemy mechs. So even though I didn't do that mission particularly well, that was the content of last cast. Definitely I felt I was in a pretty hopeless situation all told. But the one, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better at least for the holiday. We are 28 days from a financial report. So one of the things that I kind of kept, I didn't like, this wasn't an instruction in terms of what I wanted to have happen, but then I said, well, we can keep doing jobs until like we have a whole bunch of big repair jobs to do, and then we can do our main mission, which is the Panzer mission. Well, as it is, Glitch is out of commission for 17 days, and we have a ton of repairs to do on all of our ships. Our Spider, really, I shouldn't be spending the money repairing the Spider. That thing is a lost cause. But one way or the other, I now have a slightly more productive use of the time in the sense that we're going to be repairing all of the components and whatnot. At least you won't have to go to the family dinner on Christmas Eve. Not a bad way of putting it. Actually, I will just, as a Christmas thing, a lot of you, I noticed, took advantage of the Epic sale, at least judging by... So first of all, thank you to all of you for using that creator key. I will let you guys know, for those of you who like getting free games from Epic, Ape Out is currently free for a few more hours on the Epic Store. But I noticed a lot of you also picked up After Party, and I hope you enjoy that as much as I... well, I've really only played the intro to it, but I hope you guys enjoy that as much as I did, because it's a great deal. Again, Epic's starting everybody off with a $10 coupon, and I think you keep getting a $10 coupon every time you buy something. So After Party is effectively $6 right now, and it's one that I think is a really cool one. So I noticed a few of you picked that up, and I wanted to say thank you for that. So anyways, like I said, we lost Decker. We're going to get our repairs out of the way. Panzer might be an absolute Charlie Foxtrot, but we will at least have my my heavier damage absorbing mechs. I may want to hire a replacement for Decker. Apparently Cloud doesn't go with noobs like me. So really, I would ideally want somebody with a high piloting and tactics. So we're probably looking at either Bandit or Panaba. But yeah, we're in transit, so we'll let this run. Really, what we're looking to do is hire a backup. We're looking to hire a backup Mechwarrior. So in this case, we'll just we'll save the money for the time being. All right, our mechs will be repaired a little bit faster now that the tech point penalty is done. I like the little touches, like other ships, like drop ships, getting attached to the jump ship.
That work order is complete, boss.
Excellent.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
So our cost is going to go up. Training module, probably we couldn't have asked a better time for that to go online. Excuse me, because clearly we're going to be training some new people. So that's kind of the argument for hiring a new Mechwarrior, is that we can get them up to speed fast. Actually, I kind of like that argument. So if I go to the hiring hall, if I can find a good combination of piloting and tactics, yeah, Thunder would be.
Commander.
So, I mean, not the cheapest mech. It's actually the most expensive on the roster. So, Canopian Commoner. The life of a commoner is much the same throughout the periphery, where conflict and limited resources make for a hard-scrabble existence with few opportunities. Technical School. As infrastructure of the Star League slowly decays, the skill to repair and maintain the machines that sustain life on many marginal worlds is highly valued. And Mercenary Corporal. For those mercenaries who survive their tour of duty, experience and seniority bring additional responsibility. There are always openings, and the successful leaders are made in battle, not trained in classrooms. Oh, but we are still in transit, so I can't hire them. Never mind. All right, so we went for the training just because, like, the idea here has always been to invest in the team to make sure that they are able to be as lethal as possible, whether through the bonuses that they get through high morale or through higher training. Apparently I get 0 resolve points per... wait, what? Oh no, Mutinous is down here. Okay, so Mutinous is here. We are presently Spirited. Current morale is 40, so we're right on the edge. At this level of morale, you gain 25 resolve points per round of battle, which means I get to take advantage of a lot of the, my special abilities pretty frequently. And in this case, we'll do an upgraded lounge. A few couches and a table don't make for much of a social space. Drinks, 2D video screens, and the sound system on the other hand. So again, it's expensive. It's $500,000. This is basically a month's expenses to go into an entertainment system. But it does give bonus morale. So in this case, if, the engineers are wondering if they could schedule a regular Trivid event. There's this show about mercenaries during the Civil War, and their mechs are that's supposed to be historically accurate. They'd like a space to watch stuff like that.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
You got $7 on Steam to burn. What would you recommend? Oh, that's a really good question, Miles 4K. Anybody in chat, if you have a recommendation for this, feel free. That's $7 US, right? If anybody in chat has a recommendation for that, I'm going to take a quick minute here and take a look at... And that's $7 specifically on Steam, as in like Steam credit, right? You can't use that on so I know Paradox has got their sale going on their site now. I just want to double check that I'm not limiting my options. If you're into RTS, your favorite one is $1 to $2, Earth 2160, $7.92 exactly in your Steam wallet. Okay. They used to have a like under $10. Ah, nuts. Into the Breach is $8.74. I would have recommended that. Although maybe you've already got that through the Epic thing. Where did their tab go? Huh. Okay, well. Oh, everything I want is like $10, or not want. Everything I want to recommend is like $10 or more. So I don't know how you feel about the Zachtronics games, but those are ones I like recommending. Assuming it's the sort of thing that you enjoy. Then again, that's another one that I get through my Origin subscription. If you like strategy, I'm going to assume you probably already own XCOM, but let me just see what that thing costs right now. Oh wow, even Enemy Within is like $8.24. There's really not a lot you can buy for $7 on Steam. You know, I'll be honest with you, Miles 4K, I actually don't have any immediate recommendations for about $8 on Steam. If you can give me some time, if you need an answer by tonight, I'll take a look maybe at the end of the stream, but I did want to keep really tight on my schedule on here. So I will have to, I'm going to have to, if you don't mind, I'm going to have to follow up maybe a little bit later when I can properly sit down and think about that. So, hey, no, I understood exactly what you meant. It's 2 a.m. My goodness. Yeah. Please take care of yourself. I'm happy to have you here, by the way, though. Don't rush off on my account, but please do take care of yourself. I kind of want to see what the spider looks like. Yeah. No, at least it's got its legs back. All right, let's just get back onto our travel. The warning. While in Weldry, you get a message from the commander of another mercenary company passing through. After some formalities, the message gets straight to the point. My boys tell me that you have Behemoth on your crew. As one commander to another, I need to tell you that Behemoth is not a good hire. To be blunt, she's a thief and a backstabber, and only common decency had me leave her on a station instead of booting her through the airlock when I finally fired her ass. Be careful with your crew, and keep in mind that a Mechwarrior with a bad reputation can bring down the reputation of your whole outfit. Talk to Behemoth about the warning. Behemoth clenches her fists. I thought I'd finally found a place where I was trusted, but I see that even an ex-con can't get a break. Whatever, I get it. You're watching me. Is that all? Behemoth has gained the trait rebellious. This pilot makes their own way in the world and doesn't like authority or rules. Interesting. Okay. Suppose I could have deleted it, but... Oh, Darkest Dungeon is great, Miles, if you don't have that one yet. The only things that I could say, so it is a game with a reputation for difficulty, and it is a game with, it is turn-based, so as long as either of those things don't turn you off, that is probably one of the best things you could pick up. You know, I used to be like that with Darkest Dungeon, but the last time I played it, I did like a huge solid block of it. So it's funny, like it's hard to say exactly why, but it's one that, I mean, the one thing I like about it is that even though I put it aside like when I come back to it, I'm like completely ready to come back to it. Like it's I don't feel like I need to spend the time relearning it. But to me, that's kind of a virtue of the game. But I don't know. I don't know if that's one of those things where you, like, obviously, if you want to sit down and mainline that for a long period of time, and you hear that other people are, only spending 20, 30 minutes, that might be a challenge. One of my coworkers though got it, and he's further in the game than I am at this point, which is a little embarrassing. Okay, let's see what horrible fate awaits us on Panzer. Oh, I probably should have boosted my my abilities. Alexander Madeira, welcome to Panzer, Commander Tion. Lady Arano and the Restoration Army are already fighting on the planet's surface, and have been for weeks. With the aid of House Decimus ground support facilities, Miss Mare will carry your lance through Panzer's orbital debris field and drop you on the surface. You feeling okay with this, Sumar? Sumar? Oh yeah, Commander, no sweat. With that kind of navigation support I'll be getting from ground control, I could take us through the field with my eyes closed. Tell us more about this debris field, Lord Madeira. It's a holdover from the Amira Civil War. Oh, I will actually mention what the Amira Civil War is. There's a great battle over orbit of in orbit over Panzer, and most of the wreckage is still there in the form of a dense field of particulate material. Navigating the field unassisted would be a formidable task. Thankfully, we'll have the Spaceport's control center on our side. It'll be able to guide us in and send tugs to assist us if necessary. So the Amaris Civil War, also known as the Amaris-Kerensky Civil War and as the Amaris Coup, depending whose side you are on. This war was fought in the years 2766-2780 that ultimately led to the dissolution of the Star League. In the years preceding, Stefan Amiris of the Rimworld's Republic had become a close confidant of the young First Lord of the Star League, Richard Cameron. Amiris betrayed the First Lord's trust and killed him on December 27, 2766. He then executed all remaining members of House Cameron and seized the throne for himself. In response, General Alexander Kerensky led the Star League Defense Force to conquer and destroy the Rimworld's Republic, and then turn their might towards Stefan Amiris on Terra. Kerensky's SLDF defeated Amiris and executed him and his family in late 2779. The elimination of both House Cameron and House Amiris left no clear successor for the title of First Lord, and the Council of Lords could not agree. On August the 12th, 2781, the Lords dissolved the Star League. So this is one of the events depicted in the opening cutscene. Let's keep going. What happens after we're on the surface? Lady Arano wants your lance behind enemy lines while she leads from the front. You will harass the Directorate's supply train and target valuable military hardware. She already has a target list drawn up for you. Hold that thought, Lord Madeira. Commander, I'm getting a tight beam communication from the planet's surface. It's Lady Arano, and it looks urgent. I'm putting it on screen now. Beefeater, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. Our forces on the surface desperately need your help. With the support of House Decimus, we're making our final push against the Directorate's last major stronghold. Our forces are fully committed to the attack, and we're pushing them back, but the Directorate just seized control of Panzer's only remaining spaceport. With it, they'll be able to call down reinforcements at will. House Decimus, above the mountains, a founding house of the Oregon Coalition, currently ruled by Lord Pierre-Louis Decimus. The Decimus House sigil is an orange sun hanging low over a snow-capped mountain. The ancestral seat of House Decimus is Panzer. Oh, interesting. I'll put that into my considerations. But I mean, again, as long as you're okay with strategy stuff, I think Darga's Dungeon's an excellent choice. It's a bit different from what you play, definitely less action-oriented, but I don't hold it against it. I am going to need a minute to think a bit about some more action-oriented stuff I could recommend. And Prodzy recommends Rabby Ribby is surprisingly fun as a platformer, but even though you suck at them and you've never liked them in the NES era, you really enjoyed playing Rabby Ribby and you don't know why. I guess it's just really well put together. Somebody was talking about that the other day and I can't remember who. I'm sure it'll come back to me. I need someone to take the Spaceport's control center away from them. Beefeater, that someone is going to have to be you. This means that Ms. Mayer will need to carry you through the debris field unassisted. I hope that her skills are up to the task. Well, this day just got more interesting. I'm afraid there's more. Alexander, I've just received a message from Lady Centrella. There's been a major incident on Perdition. It looks like a terrorist attack. A chemical attack against the port city of Harlow's Landing. Initial casualty report suggests some 11,000 dead. A chemical attack? That sort of thing isn't supposed to happen anymore. Protector Calderon would be inclined to agree. He's claiming that the attack was an act of Davion aggression, in direct violation of the Ares Conventions. He's already calling it the Perdition Massacre. For their part, the Davions have denied all knowledge of the attack. The denials will fall on deaf ears. Calderon won't believe anything that Hans Davion has to say. This is going to accelerate our timetable. We need to retake your throne before the situation gets any worse. If a war was to erupt between the Federation and the Concordat, it could easily spill into the Reach, and we can't afford that kind of chaos. Can't say I like the idea of a couple of superpowers inserting themselves into our campaign. Then we better push forward before that happens. I want you to proceed with the drop. And Beefeater, I'm expecting this deployment to be a difficult one. Bring your best, and may the gods grant you victory. We are all counting on your success. You heard the lady, Andre. Best get to it. Mayor, I'm going to go ahead and trust that you've got this. Do me a solid and try not to scrape the leopard's paint on your way down. Yeah, XO. I'll do my best. Okay, so let's... Behemoth goes into her Shadowhawk, Glitch is still in the Vindicator, and Medusa is now the new Centurion pilot. So I probably should have upgraded the folks, but at this point, I'm just going to deploy. I still really need to get into the Total War series. I'm not that good at it, really. I think I just haven't quite figured out how all the units work. Alright, so take control of the Directorate's turrets, don't allow any Directorate reinforcements to land, destroy the spaceport's dropship control center. The Restoration Army is already entrenched on Panzer's surface. We're gaining ground against the Directorate. We can't allow them to call in reinforcements. With the support of the 2nd Decimus Fusiliers, you could destroy a Directorate-held dropship control center, cutting off their ability to navigate Panzer's orbital debris field. The Splendid debris field is a real oddity and a holdover from the Ameris Civil War. It's a nightmare to navigate without ground support, but don't worry, Zumaya will get you to the surface in one piece. Yeah, I'll admit, Pradzi, the challenge for me with Medieval 2 was that it didn't have the visual appeal of the other games, and because I sometimes struggle with the Total War games, like that was the one that was sort of the intersection of two things that were difficult for me to deal with. But I really do want to get into them, and then what I might do is, like, I might play whatever one sort of gets its hooks in me, and then I might go back to the old ones, because everyone tells me that Medieval 2 is supposed to be just exceptional.
Command interface initiated.
Commander, I'm glad you made it. Navigating Panzer's debris field unassisted is no small feat, even for a ship as small as a Leopard. Miss Mayer is to be commended for her skill. No sweat, Lady Orano. Just don't ask me to do it again. You won't have to. Restoration strike teams have already joined forces with the 2nd Decimus Fusiliers to engage the enemy on multiple fronts. We have them at a disadvantage, but if they manage to bring in reinforcements, we're in trouble. Beefeater, I need you to engage the enemy, locate their dropship control center, and destroy it. Without ground support, their ships won't be able to navigate the debris field. The Directorate's troops on the surface will be cut off, and our combined forces will sweep them away. Sorry to interrupt, Lady Arano, but I've just intercepted a transmission from the ADV Coronach. They're requesting navigational aid. Sounds like they're on their way down. If that ship lands, our bid for this system fails. Beefeater, I need you to take the control center out before the Coronach touches down. The second can help with that. We have a Leopard full of engineers headed your way, Commander. We'll need you to clear us a path to Spaceport Security Headquarters. Take out their vehicles and make some breathing room, and then we'll turn their turret defenses against them. That's the plan, then. We'll use the turrets to cover your approach. As soon as we have the turrets under control, the Directorate will begin firing on them. Use that as a distraction, or engage the enemy to protect them. It's your call either way.
Good hunting, Commander. You bring down the control center, and we'll handle the rest. Good luck.
All right, and we need to do all of this in 6 turns. So this would actually be one time we're bringing a scout to just drop some missiles on the control center. Bringing some kind of a missile boat might have been an idea, but anyway, thank you very much for the sub, Johnny Big Time. 25 months and a 25-month streak. How the devil are you? Johnny is my favorite streamer on Twitch. In fact, there's 2 things I'm going to do. Number 1, I don't like save scumming, but I am going to on this case. But it's also going to give me an opportunity to do a quick shout out here. So Johnny, Big Time, like I said, is my favorite streamer on Twitch. He had a bit of a rough patch just in terms of trying to find something that he would get into. But he is back and back with a vengeance. He's doing a great job on his channel. I highly encourage you to check him out. And it sounds like we've got a couple of collaboration ideas coming up soon. So I hope that you get a chance to see them. But yeah, he's a very talented and very kind individual. But definitely somebody who is worth checking out and has basically gotten back in fine form. I've been having a lot of fun watching him the last few days. So I like the Twitch has done a really good job with these overlays. Like, they seem to work pretty well.
Picked up a blip.
Go. All right, so I don't believe I'm able to fire on these because it's the first round. Now, fortunately, these are all vehicles. But in this case here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Glitch in. I kind of want to make sure that she's able to rain death on everything. I think what I'm going to do, counter to my inclinations, I'm actually going to put her on the far side like that. Medusa's kind of got to get in melee range, so we'll run with that. And Beefeater is going to take care of the right-hand side. No worries, Johnny. It's very easy to say. Again, like, I think one of the things is when you are in like when you feel like you're in a rut, I think the one thing that you don't appreciate is how good, like, even what you consider to be bad casts are. But I definitely know what the feeling is like. So even if I can just say nice things when you're not feeling 100%, it keeps me in entertainment that I like. So, Commander, I'm seeing directed SRM carriers on radar. Recommend engaging them at long range. They'll take you apart if you get them close. All right. Well, I guess Beefeater can handle the. Although I'm a little surprised I'm not able to see the. The guys on the flank here. Anyways, I'm going to put him in some cover just to avoid the extra damage. And in this case, I've actually kind of committed myself to taking out the SRM carrier in total. So I need to hope that both hit and both hit the same location.
Engaging target.
Close, not quite. So this will give me some vision on the bad guys. Unfortunately, Medusa doesn't quite have the skill set that I want for this moment. He's got sensor lock, which is not going to help me here. So Bulldog, Striker. All right. Well, let's finish off the carrier. Actually, let's have him. All right. Again, that was overkill, but I'll live with it.
That one's gone.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so we're gonna get Glitch to
I read you, Commander.
take out the other
Moving out.
SRM. Oh, absolutely they do, Miles 4K. The only thing that I would love to see, like, obviously this is really mech focused. I think there could be a really good combined arms version of Battletech.
Time to die.
I don't think this will be enough to seal the deal, but we can at least. That was close. We'll see if we can get Behemoth to do something here. I think Jump Jet can probably help us. No, it can't. Okay, is there any way that I can get her into some cover? Yes, and I can still do damage to the target I'm worried about.
Heading out.
Now this is an important one here for Behemoth because she gets a nice bonus for being in cover. So this is going to be overkill on the SRM carrier, but
All weapons are go.
or maybe not. Okay, cool.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
So again, Strikers are no joke either, and Bulldogs can do some pretty heavy damage as well, but I've positioned myself as well as I can expect in the current circumstances. Yeah, I mean, my biggest worry here is ammo, to be completely honest. I'll admit, the string sections on this one are kind of weird.
Systems holding.
All right. So again, this is exactly why we put the Shadowhawk in the woods.
Let's get this done, folks.
Okay, so question number one is, can I stomp the crap out of any of these? And the answer to that is no. So what we're going to do is we're going to run Medusa in just to hit as much as possible at close range. I think we're going to go for the Striker just because the Striker has the capacity to knock over some of my mechs. I think in this case we'll move in a little closer. Again, we're going to focus on that one target. So I get an aim penalty because I've already fired these things, but
Engaging target.
it's a tough guy.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Just in case they decide to get clever,
Taking the high
I'm
road.
going to make sure that she stays in some cover.
Got it. You like that? Standing by.
This is what happens when humanity loses all of its technology. All right. So I'm gonna say Bulldog's gonna go. The Centurion's gonna go after the Bulldog, and I'm gonna get the Shadowhawk to focus on the. Actually, this might be a problem because they might be able to get a rear hit. We'll see. Yeah, it's a little grim, but we'll see. And again, I'm not 100% sure that this is going to be enough to take out the Bulldog, but we'll hope. Yeah, not even close. Well, no, the structure exposed. Jesus Christ.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
I'm really gonna have to reevaluate this Centurion. This thing, like, if one vehicle can strip its armor, What? Wow. That's bad.
Aye, aye.
All right.
Roger. Locked on for physical attack.
And the disrespect, small laser fire.
Enemy vehicle eliminated.
See, I don't think there was anything vital in the left arm, but that's appalling that can be that thing can be brought down so quickly.
Don't need to tell me twice. Tell me what to shoot.
I may not be giving myself any doing myself any favors by getting in this close, but let's give the ACs a break.
Engaging target.
Ooh, that's grim. So I was actually kind of hoping that Behemoth would be the vanguard on our next move, but obviously we need to clear out this bulldog.
Roger that.
That's pretty disgraceful. Maybe we'll lose another limb on the Centurion. Alright, they spread the damage over all my mechs, so that's actually pretty good. Okay, so priority number one. Again, I'm not crazy about the fact that it took me this many turns to resolve the issue. Actually, you know what?
On my way.
I get so few opportunities to do this. Nicely done, Commander. Lieutenant Andrus, your approach to the security HQ is clear. Roger that, Lady Arano. We'll have the turrets and user-friendly control in just a moment. Or under friendly control. Engage the forces guarding the control center, Beefeater. Let's make these turrets count. Alright. 11 turns to
I feel bad about shooting the little guy.
take out the control center. So we basically need to just
Ready for orders.
peel rubber. I am very strongly inclined to jump, but in this case taking the roads are a little more useful. True, but it's a PPC, so I guess I had missiles.
Orders. Confirmed.
So the thing I'm worried about is that we very likely not experienced the brunt of this mission. I think we're like one turn down where I would have wanted to be under normal circumstances, and we're about to engage the main force. And of course, Glitch is going to be behind, but I'm not as worried about that because Glitch tends to engage from long range anyway. So. Ignore the turrets and concentrate your fire on those battle mechs. We must protect the control center. It's our reinforcement. If our reinforcements can't land, we're all dead. Now fight for the Directorate! So you have a PPC as well, sir. Oh, that Jenner's got to be so happy it got assigned to a polar planet. I am personally looking forward to meleeing the crap out of that thing. Alright. And there's a Centurion. Yeah, actually, there's quite a few guys here. That Hunchback's going to be a pain. Oh god, that Trebuchet. Yeah, okay, there's a... This is going to be interesting.
Orders.
So let's get Behemoth to take point. Even though... So the Panthers... The Panther's protected behind the trees, but it is the one with the sort of the smallest number of chevrons, so I'm just going to try and whittle down the weak one. We're kind of sitting ducks in our current state, but...
Target confirmed.
Now, here's an idea. I will admit, I'm actually really happy that this song is playing during this fight. Okay. I think what I'm actually going to do here is that Blackjack and Glitch are going to rain death down on these guys. This is good because the Centurion's hard points are on its right-hand side. So I want to be able to take that out if I can. Yeah, this Shadowhawk's, its armor's getting pretty low.
Good to go.
So this is going to be a hard one with Medusa. I need to make sure that I need to keep making forward progress,
Confirmed.
while also contributing meaningfully to the fight. In this case, we're going to go after that Centurion.
Firing on target.
Ooh, nice hit.
Good to go.
Okay, I'm thinking Glitch is probably going to have to... Yeah, she's going to have to use her jump jets.
Time to fly.
This is one where I might try a precision strike. Oh, God, the temptation is real. I have to. Here's another thing that I neglected to think about. The fact that this guy was away from the turrets also maximizes sort of the contribution of all my my different attacks. Okay. There's definitely an argument to get the Shadowhawk sprinting so that it can get into some cover.
Waiting for orders.
What are we gonna do with you? I'm feeling lucky.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Let's see if we can get Beefeater to do something.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage.
So this might give us an avenue sort of through the back. Okay.
Receiving you.
I got a free hit on this guy who's on the ground.
What's up, boss?
Unfortunately, I'm going to need to move the Shadowhawk still. Alright, it's really hard not to... Oh, see, all of these are tough calls. So, there's an argument here on the Centurion, which is on the ground. 67 armor though. Yeah, it's actually pretty well armored for everything but the head. And Beefeater's the one who should be aiming for the head. The Jenner's a super tempting one because it hasn't moved a whole lot, so that's going to be squishy as hell. And then, of course, the Hunchback is the Hunchback. The Hunchback is got an AC 20 that's ready to just cause really, really miserable things. Thing is, I'm not going to be able to take that out right away. So I think in this case, I'm actually going to aim for the Jenner.
On it.
Oh, that was hoping for a lot there. No.
Standing by. Coordinates received.
Apparently everybody has forgotten I don't like being told how to play games. Alright, so again, I face another dilemma. It's 2% chance to get the head. I might be tempted if I could split the attacks. Because Medusa has a little bit more available, I would actually be tempted to do something to the Hunchback here. And the fact of the matter is that I didn't really get that much on the Jenner. Yeah.
Engage.
So the argument on this one is that the more kinetic weapons that I fire at the Hunchback, the more likely it is that it'll fall over. Oh, that's welcome. And this will be the round where we're able to move in closer and beat the crap out of it. That's not welcome, though. So, given the pace of this attack, I'm thinking that we're probably going to have to do a bit of a fail Mary. Yeah, that's my usually my luck. We're probably going to have to do a bit of a Hail Mary run on the command center. At the very least, they are definitely making that trebuchet miserable. Alright, I'm getting pretty lucky with that. Alright, that's exactly where I don't want Shadow. That's exactly where I don't want Behemoth to be. Okay, and it's the center that's exposed. This is going to be really, really dangerous for her.
Moving to position.
Well, at least at least he ran. Okay, let's see.
Commander.
See if I can take advantage of the position.
Ready for orders.
So again, there's a huge danger in doing this, but I need to have at least one other target that will distract them from my now exposed Shadowhawk. That must have been the center torso that took that 40.
I'm taking internal damage. I hear ya.
Alright, what are we looking at here, Glitch?
Here we go.
Oh, I was really hoping I'd be able to get down on that platform. But I am going to get a rear shot on that Centurion. I might also burn up my mech, but that's another question. Leave her alone! The crazy thing about this is that the optimal strategy for Behemoth here might actually be to just... What the... So I was going to say the optimal strategy for Behemoth might actually be to just keep running forward so that they can't target her central armor. Oh, this is not a good round for the turrets. So these guys should be smacking him right in the middle of the chest, but... Well, that machine gun might be doing some extra work.
The clock is ticking and that dropship is getting close. I'd recommend that you prioritize targeting the control center, Commander.
Ooh.
Armor blow through.
It's gonna be a costly fight. Alright, let's get Behemoth doing something.
Targeting for physical attack. Target's taken a critical hit.
Okay, as long as he's not not contributing. So I'm going to do two things with the Centurion. One, I'm getting a melee attack on this Panther. Number two, I'm exposing my back to the Jenner, which is going to mean he's going to prioritize the back on the Centurion over Behemoth, which is what I need right now. Well, I mean, I can only blame myself on that. I would have loved to use the jump jets, but...
Targeting rear armor.
Of course, the Centurion's in a really bad spot now.
My internals are taking a beating.
Good to go. Coordinates received.
So if I can fire some LRMs at the dropship center, no, I can't. Okay, I'm definitely going to need to cover some ground then. Let's try and finish this. I'm going to waste it if I don't.
Roger, Commander. I've got the shot.
Again, that came too
Net
late, but
destroyed.
this dragon is going to be a nightmare. I think basically the only option at this point is go for the legs. I'm not happy till that AC gets taken down. God, what am I going to do about this? I think that's the missiles are down.
I lost a weapon. What do you need?
Fortunately, Medusa's tough as nails. See, I'd love to focus that Panther, but the Jenner allows me to get some cover, so which is kind of needed right now. And he missed. I'm thinking this might be a reload. Which is a shame. The turrets actually really did a great job on this one. There was like a bunch where they missed, but they basically kept the... This is the first time that the Trebuchet has been able to fire. And they've effectively taken out the Hunchback, which is definitely not what I would have expected on this mission. I am very inclined. So what's the furthest distance I can get here? So I can fire if I move, if I do a jump. And if I sprint, sprint doesn't actually get me that much further. So as much as I'd love to be in some cover,
Engaging jump jets.
so what are we looking at here? 34, 54. He's got 45 left. Oh, both have got 45 left. Okay, well we'll go for the higher probability. Obviously, I'm setting up that medium laser for the next round. It's not going to do anything this time.
Target.
Not enough. Although maybe the turrets will finish it off. Did he hit anything? Presumably not, because it's the Medusa's still alive. All right. So yeah, it looks like I don't have any options in terms of that dropship control center. I got to get Glitch into the fight, otherwise it's as if we didn't have her. So I'm down a mech, and we've got 6 rounds for this. I'm pretty sure we're not actually going to be able to finish the job. I'm going to run on the assumption that the turrets will be able to mop up the Hunchback and the Trebuchet, so let's start causing some grief on the Panther. And it is weak in the center, and I've got a lot of extra resolve, so let's... Wait, what? Really? Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. In that case, I will not precision strike.
Targeting enemy backside.
Yeah, that Centurion's not going to survive. That was kind of awesome. Okay. I've still got a dragon I need to deal with. Well, and the Jenner, but the Jenner doesn't count.
I'm taking internal damage.
So I'm actually saving Medusa for the end because I want the dragon to move first. So key priorities here are being able to hit the dropship control center, which we can't quite do yet. There is a temptation to sprint, so I can do it next round. But in this case, I still need to deliver some hurt on the dragon. So let's see what we're dealing with first. So that thing's got 90 on the legs, 135 in the center, and then of course I can always go for the hero shot with the head. I mean, it's a 4% chance. No. I'm going to try and leg it.
Engaging target.
Even if we can just knock the thing down, like if we focus everybody down on that right leg,
Commander?
even being able to make that kind of progress is worth
On my
aiming
way.
for. I'm of course losing the high ground advantage, but it's worth it in this case, I think. Yeah, that is definitely not a leg shot.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so Medusa is not going to be able to... Oh, God. Am I really so reckless that I'm actually going to put this guy in danger? Yes, I am.
Location confirmed. Taking the shot.
Okay. The leg's exposed. Did he forget how his weapons work? This Jenner has more survivability than my Shadowhawk. I'm really curious where he moves.
I'm here.
Let's not lose our heads. So again, I need to make some pretty steady progress towards our goal. Ah, that's clever. He doesn't want us shooting his legs anymore. Actually, that was the wrong call. I should have saved him for later. Got glitched to fire the to hit the right leg. I don't have the called shot anymore.
Moving to position.
Now I really want to see whether or not I can. No, still can't.
Affirmative.
Waiting for orders.
God, this is a huge risk that I'm
Acknowledged.
taking here. But again, it's a dragon with its back exposed. What else am I gonna do, right?
Firing on enemy.
He went for the fully armored mech.
Damage minimal.
So I might actually be able to try some loco melee attack on the dragon. Holy crap!
Commander, we're almost out of time. We can't afford to let enemy reinforcements land. You need to bring down that control center.
I'm starting to think that this mission isn't worth it. I don't think I have a line of sight on this yet. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
All weapons committed.
Okay, well, we can sprint on our way, but
Enemy mech destroyed.
Commander?
Okay. Again, just a flat-out burn to the control center. The thing is, I may not actually have enough firepower in 2 rounds to be able to do it.
Go!
Oh, not enough. I'm going to allow for the possibility that I may not have... that the sensor might actually make the difference here. No, that is the bad call. All right.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, and I'm still unable to fire on it, so...
Sprinting.
So I better hope I have enough firepower next round, otherwise it's all for naught. Oh, Jesus Christ, I almost didn't have... I almost didn't have the range.
Engaging target.
Well done, Commander. Miss Mayor, are you inbound? Roger that, Lady Arano. I'm marking a landing zone on your screen. Commander, proceed to the designated coordinates for evac. That's done it. All communication between the spaceport and the Directorate's reinforcement fleet just went down. Ground control, this is the Coronach. We've lost you. Loud clanging. Nav support is offline. Where are the damn tugs? Louder clanging. Alarm klaxon begins to blare. Without ground support, their dropships won't be able to make planetfall. They'll be torn to pieces if they try. Congratulations, Beefeater. Panzer is as good as ours. And we have you to thank for it. Long live House Decimus. Long live the Arano Restoration. All targets eliminated. Sit tight and I can collect you from where you are right now.
Mission successful.
Yeah, so that could have gone better. Let's see who's dead. Excellent work, Commander. I was right to put my faith in you. You're a critical part of the restoration effort. So, bonus 50% for the taking out the garrison units, 1.7 million, so at least we won't be going bankrupt. But... And Behemoth is out for 94 days. Medusa, the replacement for Decker, has been killed in action. And we might have lost 2 good mechs. So yeah, that's a pretty heavy cost. But at least I get some parts. God, I really want that art. Okay, so we'll say 1 dragon, trebuchet. I don't know if I want to finish the Panther. Definitely want that AC-20. Hunchback wouldn't be bad to add as well. I'm assuming that we'll be getting at least some of this stuff in the salvage, so... Alright, so... Looks like we got the Panther anyway. Large laser, which I would have gone for. AC-5 ammo isn't as exciting. Okay, so we got some of it, but... We're now 2 for 2 for losing Mechwarriors. Anomaly, the Rimward Frontier. We've done it, Beefeater. Thanks to your efforts, the Restoration Army has broken the Directorate's hold on Panzer. Lord Pierre-Louis Decimus has already pledged his house and his systems to my service. The Restoration is growing, just as we hoped that it would. And with his support, you gain territory, soldiers, and a bolstered supply chain. Not a bad deal for you, Lady Arano. Or for House Decimus, the Directorate took the scorched earth approach to Panzer's farmland. Without our ongoing support, the people here would starve. I am not my uncle, Darius. The Restoration gives as much as it takes. And your people will love you for it. That's for them to decide. Either way, I will continue feeding them for as long as they need it. I meant what I said when we liberated Weldry. These people are my responsibility, and I will help them, no matter the cost. It's a victory to be sure, but we're still a long way from Coromadir, and Director Espinosa has only just begun to marshal his forces. Things are going to get a lot more difficult as we push forward towards Smithen. The Directorate's military capabilities appear to be way out of line of our initial estimates. Somehow they gained access to weapons and battle mechs that are totally foreign to the Oregon Reach. Where do you think all this hardware is coming from? The Federated Suns! We don't know. House Espinosa has always had contacts in the Inner Sphere. Lady Victoria's personal battle mech is a prototype model that's almost impossible to find outside the Draconis Combine. But this radical new military buildup is something else entirely. Wherever these weapons are coming from, it's a recent development, and a troubling one. Hey, Lord Madeira? Sorry to interrupt, but there's something here that you may want to see. Actually, you may all want to see this. I found something strange on the Argo's nav computer. I'm going to need some clarification on that, Doctor. Well, I appear to have stumbled on an encrypted data drive. Somebody hid it away in the Argos' secondary storage drive. That's just my best guess, mind you. Starleague era encryption software isn't really my area of expertise. My father spent years trying to figure out how to get the Argo back to Oregon space in one piece. He was obsessed with this ship. He felt that it was important somehow. And now this? I want that archive open, Dr. Murad, and I need to know what's inside. With all due respect, Lady Arano, whatever's on that drive was sealed away for a reason. I've heard enough stories about Lost Tech treasure hunting to know that that's a bad idea. So why don't we just leave well enough alone? Because this archive could contain something of value, and because, as I previously mentioned, I have a personal connection with this ship. I believe that this discovery is meant to lead us somewhere, and I intend to follow it. Oh, well done, Johnny Big Time. Lady Arano is our client, Meyer. If she wants to check this thing out, then that's what we're going to do. That is what I want, yes, and thankfully we can follow this lead and pursue our campaign against the Directorate at the same time. The liberation of House Carosas on Smithton is already in the Restoration's next objective, and Lord Simpson Carosas was my father's chief technologist. Securing the help we will need will cost us nothing that we weren't already planning to pay. Perhaps this is all just a coincidence, Miss Mayor, but I cannot help but seeing the hand of fate at work here. Mastiff taught me to pay heed to my intuition, and that is what I intend to do. Tell me more about Lord Carosas. He's a hard man who doesn't suffer fools gladly. That said, he's also quite brilliant, a noble with the mind of a scholar. His adult children, Otto and Lena, were much the same, difficult at times to be sure, but fierce allies of House Arano. Why do you think this Lord Carosas will be able to open the archive, other than the fact that he's quite brilliant and a noble with the mind of a scholar? Because he knows Lost Tech better than anyone in the Reach. In the days of my father's reign, whatever scraps of forgotten technology were discovered in the Reach, they'd be taken to Smithen for cataloging and studying. If there are answers to be found, we'll find them with him. That's the plan then. After we liberate Smithen, we'll have an audience with Lord Carosas. Yes, Beefeater. And shortly thereafter, we will see if my father's intuition about the Argo was justified. As before, I will contact you when we're ready to move on Smithen. For now, I'll take my leave of you. I have nobles to placate and an army to rally. And you have your own contracts to pursue, I'm sure. After that, yeah, we're going to have a hefty repair bill. Yes, we do, Lady Arano. We're keeping busy just as you asked us to. You all heard her. We've got some time before the next leg of the Restoration's offensive, and our client wants us to make the most of it. Time is money, so let's get back to work. Alright, Lady Arano's people scoured the spaceport and found a jackpot, Commander. Decommissioned Griftons. Lots of them. They'll never get them working with the repair facilities they've got. But between my team and the Argo's mech bay, I think we might. You can find them in the shop here on Panzer.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
One of the latest dedicated fire support mechs to be found, the Trebuchet 5N can mount enough missiles to give even heavy units pause. However, trench buckets are known for running hot and don't have much in the way of protection.
That mech you wanted is back online.
The Panther 9Rs are solid all-round mechs, if a bit on the slow side. They make up for it with jump jets, considerable armor, and a hefty punch from their trademark PPC. They've even been used in physical slugging matches to good effect. I'm gonna need to do some mech repairs before our next contract, boss. Can't go into combat like this. See me in the mech bay when you're ready. And our mech warriors are gaining an experience and need your guidance, Beefeater. If you head to the barracks, you can direct their training. Okay. It's tempting to take the spider out of the queue. Ooh, I can't send it to storage because it's repairing. Okay, well, Trebuchet goes to storage then, as does the Panther. I might switch out the spider for the Panther when all is said and done. Mind you, I could scrap the spider. Medusa has died. Alright. Let's find out who this guy was. Mohammed Benitez, tactician, lost on Panzer. Mohammed Benitez was one of Mechter's lunar colonies. Was born on one of Mechter's lunar colonies and was subsequently traveled with his prospector parents all over the system before moving to Katinka, where he attended a local technical school to augment his knowledge he'd picked up while growing up. He spent some time working as a tech on his parents' industrial mechs. Eventually, craving more excitement, he hitched a ride on a mercenary dropship, where he soon talked his way into a Battlemech cockpit. He's never looked back. On day 171, Medusa was hit by an enemy Jenner. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is hire 2 replacements. So Motley is tempting to replace Behemoth. Oh wow, these are actually some pretty grim choices, to be honest.
I'm ready.
But yeah, so we've got Zap. Zap's Davian Commoner, a childhood spent in the Federated Suns, is, for those born into middle-class families, a solid foundation for life, and an enlisted Navy recruit. Dropships function as a result of massive application of manpower to operate and maintain a variety of barely understood technology. For those with dreams of space, regional navies are always an option, so we will hire him.
New Mechwarriors available.
And I'm thinking Motley because of his guts, but we're going to have to train him up on everything else. Tortuga Commander. The life of a commoner is much the same throughout the periphery, where conflict and limited resources make for a hard-scramble existence with few opportunities. And Convict. In the periphery, justice is swift and uncaring. Rather than sort through the naughty legal issues, many governments simply imprison the accused, and prisons are filled with guilty and innocent alike.
New Mechwarriors available.
Alright. So, first things first, let's go to the barracks. So I'm ready to go get my last point for Master Technician. Mechs piloted by this Mechwarrior gain +1 initiative and remove 1 bar of stability damage when reserving.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Glitch is now ready for extra gunnery. So breaching shot, attacks with a single weapon, ignore cover, and guarded with a target. This is ideal for her because we can always just drop the PPC. Drop the LRM and fire only with the PPC. Oh, actually, she's got enough for another level, so let's get her piloting up.
Mechwarrior training complete.
Commander?
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Yes, Commander.
So I'm thinking we probably want to take some more straightforward missions before, just to get these guys trained up. Okay. So again, we'll build it as it was before, stronger, faster. Apparently I'm going to need a replacement AC-5. And then jump jet and SRM ammo. We're looking at 17 days of repairs for that.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
The Centurion, oddly enough, I don't think... Well, I guess there's the medium lasers, but other than that, I actually don't think we need to do that much in terms of repairs. However, I might want to reconsider the distribution of armor. Oh no, there's a lot that we lost on that. Okay. So, we've never run out of ammo with this. Now, this is probably the one that I'm most likely to run out of ammo on, but let's at least try... I'm going to try and do, like... I'm going to try and do just small incremental changes. So, getting a little extra armor by dropping some SRM ammo is going to be sort of my starting position. I'm probably going to wind up making some other changes as well. The other thing I can sort of imagine is if I just generally lower the armaments, I can sort of afford to get rid of the heat sinks and whatnot. I don't know, we'll work with this, but that's another 21 days. Alright.
Shouldn't be too hard.
So, the funny thing here is there's actually kind of an argument for me getting this spider online right away. It's going to take 6 days. And if we can find some like really, really minor work in the interim, we'll actually have a complement of 4 mechs to get us like to kind of tide us over. The biggest thing I want to avoid right now is like idle time because I've got all of my Mechwarriors. It's just that, you know, my best mechs look like this. Look at that cockpit. Oh, that's right. We also have we've got Griffins that we can buy as well. Okay, so before we go any further, oh yeah, also, before I get any funny ideas. For $750,000 C-bills, I can have my very own Archer. $1 million for a big fancy stalker. Actuators control a mech's limbs and are used to perform melee attacks at close quarters. All mechs come equipped with stock actuators but can be upgraded for improved performance. That seems like something that would be really good. Like if I put a couple of these things in my Centurion. Gyro, lower stabilization. God, there's so much stuff to buy. Okay, well, they were telling me about these Griffins, so let's see what we can get. Okay, so there is a Griffin. What will this Griffin get me? Sniper and fire support. Griffin 1Ns use their jump jets to stay at range and pelt their opponents from relative safety. 1Ns can run hot if they spend all their time bounding around the battlefield taking pot shots, though. Yeah, but what's the armament look like? So it's rocking a PPC, LRMs. So this is like kind of an upgrade for Glitch, I suppose. Actually, I'm seeing some possibilities here. So we put glitch in this thing. That'll free up the Vindicator. That'll free up the Vindicator for a melee-oriented. Wait a minute, this takes an AC 10? Okay, so let's see how they build this thing. So it's 2 medium lasers, AC 10, LRM 10. Huh. I'm pretty sure it's the CN9A. So like I've built this thing. Yeah, I've I've definitely gone for a very unconventional take on the Centurion. Okay. Let me I'm not going to spend too much time thinking about this, but I do want to see what is. The thing is, I'm really bad at building mechs, so let me just take a minute here and see. I'm just going to write down. I don't think I'm going to buy any mechs because I know we're also going to be at a time where we can't do some missions for a while. I might buy some of the rare stuff, but let's see. Not sure about the long-range missiles, to be honest. Yeah, I'll take that design under advisement. I guess I'm happy with my Vindicator. Okay, yeah, so let's see if there's any cool equipment that I can buy. So this Armad's free. Well, weight free.
New equipment available. New equipment.
I wish I bought this stuff before I did the repairs, because these are all going to be sitting idle. I don't really do depth from above a whole lot. So the stuff that actually takes up tonnage, I'm a little more reluctant to bring on, and then these are just expensive. So
This is an all-ship announcement. As a reminder, pets are not allowed aboard the Argo. If you're out on shore leave and you see something fluffy, enjoy it there, in its native habitat. It doesn't belong on a dropship.
I do like this dialogue. I'm also just going to take a minute to see if there's any more comments. I'd like to discuss the state of the war against the Directorate. Thanks to your efforts, the Restoration Army's push on the capital was a success. In a single stroke, we've liberated House Decimus and stripped away a fifth of Espinosa's power base and shattered the illusion of a unified Directorate. While our victory was complete, it didn't come without cost. You're telling me. We lost a lot of good soldiers on Panzer and several dozen irreplaceable battle mechs. It'll take time to replenish our depleted ranks. Beyond the scope of our recent victory, things are murkier. Thanks to the Perdition Massacre, tensions between the Taurians and the Federated Suns have risen to a boiling point. The situation is fraught, Terribly so. The slightest misstep by either side could spell disaster for us and the rest of the Rimward periphery. What does the liberation of House Decimus mean for the Restoration? A great deal. On a symbolic level, the liberation of a founding house may be the most important step we've taken since Weldry. Make no mistake, the other founding families were watching what was happening on Panzer. If House Decimus could be liberated from the Directorate's control, then so could the rest of them, and now they know it. There are logistical benefits as well, of course. The traditional seat of House Decimus is Panzer, but its sphere of influence extends into Ryan's Fate, Bringdam, and Mektor. And now the House Decimus is our ally, we can start turning the people, facilities, and industrial bases of those systems against the Directorate. An army lives or dies by its supply train, and ours has just gotten stronger, at the Directorate's expense. And this is only just the beginning. Let's talk about the Perdition Massacre. I don't know much more than what Lady Orano's already told you, but still, ask me your questions. I'll do whatever I can to answer them. Why would the Federated Sons attack the Taurian Concordat? There's no proof that they have, only conjecture. Speaking hypothetically, though, I can come up with a number of reasons. Perhaps the Davians want to punish House Calderon for some perceived transgression, or perhaps they want the Taurians to fly off the handle and declare war. Then they could stage an invasion of the Concordat while claiming self-defense. First Prince Hans Davion is no stranger to international brinkmanship, or on the use of unpredictable tactics. He isn't called the Fox for nothing. That said, Protector Thomas Calderon's distrust of House Davion is equally well known. Some have gone so far as to claim that his fear of the perfidious Davion borders on obsession. It's difficult to know how much of this is truth and how much of it is hysteria. What we do know is that something happened on Perdition, and that it cost 11,000 Taurian citizens their lives. Calderon is calling it a Federation attack, and House Davion's denials have been dismissive and condescending. It's an ugly situation that's likely to get uglier. That is where things stand. Why would anyone target Perdition specifically? Because it's a symbol of Taurian independence. The destruction of an SLDF base on Perdition was what incited the Taurian Concordat to withdraw from the Star League. As a symbolic target, it'd be hard to do much better. What are the odds that this incident pushes the Taurians to declare war all by itself? That's doubtful. Protector Calderon isn't stupid. He knows what an open war with the Federated Sons would cost. And should he ever forget, there are cooler heads in the room to remind him. His son Edward has been a particular help in that regard. We'd be in much worse shape without his influence. For now, the Taurians are standing on the principle that a conflict... are standing on the principle of a conflict that none of us are prepared for. But without another inciting incident, they're unlikely to step over the edge. The precipice of a conflict that none of us are prepared for. Let's talk about something else. That's all I need, Lord Madeira. Let's talk about something else. Pretty sure tell me about yourself's just going to give, yeah.
Always a pleasure, Commander.
I don't think Yang has anything new to say, but... Nope.
Talk to you later.
What's on your mind? Don't be a stranger, Commander.
I won't be if you have new dialogue options. Alright.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okay. We're basically nobodies to the majority of the inner sphere, so the Federated Sons don't like us very much. The Capellans like us even less, even though we lost our first Mechwarrior for them. Lyrian Commonwealth doesn't care for us. The Magistry of Canopus is okay with us. The Draconis Combine, again, about as indifferent to us as the Lyrian Commonwealth. Free Worlds League at least have a positive opinion of us. Taurian Concordat doesn't care for us too much. I think that's probably because we've been, shooting them a lot. And the local pirate organization doesn't like. So the local pirate organization is one that we are definitely on the path to developing a bit of a rivalry with. We've definitely not done much in terms of reputation one way or the other. At an honored reputation, you are a trusted agent of this faction will be offered its most sensitive and difficult missions. You receive 15 bonus payment for contracts and 10% discount in shops and systems this faction controls. And its loathed reputation, this faction considers you an enemy and will work with you only under duress. You will receive 90% less payment for contracts and are not permitted to shop in systems this faction controls. Cool. Let's try not to do that then. God, I really want an Atlas. Okay. I've put this horrible moment off long enough. Let's see what contracts are available. Hopefully cheap ones. So speaking of... this contract is unavailable. Oh, because the faction or the mercenary review. Well, probably both, to be honest. So, of course, the ideal is anything with, like, low skull requirements. Unfortunately, there isn't that much available, so... Raiding party, we've detected an inbound dropship belonging to the Oregon Directorate. Our local defense forces in the expected drop area are ill-equipped to handle a lance of mechs, but with your aid, we can ensure the raid does minimal damage. We'd like you to intercept the Directorate lance and destroy it. I mean, a one skull I should at least be able to afford to bring a couple of light mechs, but that's going to be a pretty hair-raising mission, I think. If anything, we need to wait 6 days to be ready. All right. So I'm going to assume the contracts haven't changed. This is less about save scumming and just making sure that I don't lose all this progress, but still. Let's call it what it is. I think in this case I'm going to bring a couple of lights on the raiding party, and I'm just going to try and be a little more gentle with the mechs this time around. All right, Commander, the Directorate wouldn't send a dropship if they didn't mean business, so if we take this job, we should stay alert down there. And again, this is just because, I mean, so I can try Carrier, but I don't exactly want, I really would prefer not to work for the local pirate organization. And the pay here is not too bad, so... Okay, so we've got a Jenner and a Spider. God, it's really hard to... Yeah, so the guts make sense for this Jenner because it will allow me to push it hot. But again, the aim on this one here is that if I think things are getting too are getting a little too hot, we should just pull these guys straight back and let the Blackjack and Vindicator take them at long range. So this will be an opportunity for me to learn how not to abuse my my mechs. Anybody got big Christmas plans? I have a couple of ideas for things to do, but nothing too dramatic. I would read these during the loading, but usually reading them actually tells me whether or not I want to take the mission. So... The enemy dropship landed somewhere in this area, Commander. Acquire the location and engage them. Let's put a stop to that raid, Commander. Alright.
Standing by.
Let's let the rookies take point.
Rolling.
Move order received.
Hey, it's Johnny Big Time in a mech. Alright, this is going to be exciting. At least we've got all the... Oh, wow. They're running away. You know what? I think we're just going to barrel right down the road and make this guy very sad.
Waiting for orders.
Actually, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to reserve and see what this guy does. So the rationale behind that was I was never going to have a better evasion. And now I get my chances to knock down the chevrons. Oh, there might be something scary coming in. Huh.
Good to go. Consider it done. Engaging.
It's an unorthodox approach, but I kind of like it. Sweet. All right.
I live to serve.
Zap. Let's get you... Number 1, maximum movement. Number 2, let's get some eyes on the bad guys. And then number 3, we can pick who the targets are. Alright, overall I'm not too scared of most of this. This javelin's work... Ooh, actually the SRMs might be a bit of a concern. So the Panther's kind of tempting because of its PPC. Thing is, though, the PPC is not really going to be affecting these guys with the high movement. So for now, let's open up on the Javelin. This is partly to just knock down the chevrons for my for my stronger guys, because those SRMs are going to be the big thing that that hurts.
Engaging target.
Oh, that was not a bad hit. Of course, all of this is prelude for Glitch to do her glorious moves.
Uh-huh.
So if there's anything obviously weak, I don't like that too much. Yeah, we'll just do a regular shot.
Firing on target.
Oh, that is a shame.
Mechwarrior, show 'em what you got. Yeah?
God, this is really tempting to just go in and do a physical attack on the Javelin, but what I'd prefer above all is to try and get some kind of a rear attack on the Panther. I don't think that's going to happen, so
Moving out.
I'll go for second best and get a... Again, I want to make sure that my evasion's up. This is the whole point of having a light mech, but I am going to be able to cause a little bit of misery on this guy.
All weapons are go.
Oh, and he's staying put, so that's going to mean the Spider's able to get another shot at the weak spot.
I'm ready. Onward.
This is not the strongest move that I could make with this guy, but I'm
I think I hit something good.
gonna make sure that he moves first thing next round. Yeah, I was able to best reply though.
Stop. You're just embarrassing yourself.
All right, let's get... I'm going to hit Beefeater on this Panther, which is standing still, and I'm actually going to go for the headshot. Not enough to finish the job, though.
What can I do for you?
Sad.
On my way.
Still standing still, though, so I'm going to try if I can. Oh, I do get another precision strike. Her tactics aren't where they need to be, but...
Time to die.
Okay, that was the cost of going for that physical attack.
My armor's breached. Waiting for orders.
So, if I had a death wish, I can just run in and do a physical attack on the fire starter. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take advantage of a jump. We'll do some nice rear attacks.
Roger that.
And in this case, the Panther doesn't have any of the evasion chevrons, so we'll go for the shot here.
Firing all weapons.
So again, this stuff I'm a little less worried about because the Jenner's already done a fast move.
Right here.
God, it is so tempting to go in for a physical attack on the fire starter, but if I do that, I'm signing myself up for a world of hurt. So I'll get the 4th chevron, and we'll keep picking on the javelin. Of course, the nice thing about this, right, is that they need to divide their attention between my weak lights or the 2 mediums that are now bearing down on them. So they're all sort of they're nicely clustered up like this, but this is actually a really tough spot for them to be in. It's also super tempting to go after the Panther again because, well, I don't feel good that I'm doing this, but
Piece of cake.
yeah, paid off. I actually
Inflicted some heavy damage.
I don't think I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he's knocked down for the attack. I think in this case taking out the PPC is the higher priority. So again, we're going to make this really explicit and just force them to look one way or the other. Now, the Jenner's going to be out of action for a little bit because it's too hot.
All weapons committed.
It was worth a try.
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
I think it's still got its PPC though.
Good to go. Moving out.
Yeah, just lost its SRM. Physical attack would help on the Panther, I think, but I might be signing my guys up for a world of pain if I do that. Okay, so there's a really good argument for this Jenner to just run in and kick that Panther.
Orders.
Yes, Commander.
Let's get Zap to focus on the job first. So again, maximize the
Position confirmed.
movement points first. And the nice thing is that he's going to be able to get a called shot on the downed mech.
Affirmative.
Not quite what we were hoping for. So if the fire starter moves... Oh, that was unexpected. So he decided to go for the physical
Armor
attack.
breach.
Huh.
Internal damage. I'm on the move.
Okay, so the problem here is that I'm actually not using enough... I'm not getting enough chevrons out of this. So I better make this count.
Got the egg. Take
Ooh!
That's a miss.
That Jenner might be in some trouble. Okay, Beefeater's got to do something impressive. Yeah, those ACs aren't looking great, but
Engaging target.
cool.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Presumably it's going to go after the Jenner, right? No! Huh.
Showing minor damage.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, so let's see what we can get Glitch to do on the bad guys.
Got it.
See, there's a temptation to go after the fire starter because that's the one that's a little scary in close range, but it's more or less fresh. We might just be able to take this javelin out
Targeting
altogether.
enemy left side.
Yep.
Bang! You're dead!
Go time.
Ah, okay, so it's already moved. So I think what we're actually going to do here is I'm going to get as many people to run in and do physical attacks on him, and hopefully we knock it down.
Yes, Commander.
And if we fail to do so, then somebody gets roasted alive.
Targeting for physical attack.
Standing by. Reporting critical hit.
Really, Beefeater? Alright. Death from above!
Warning. Leg damage imminent. Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Worth it.
I hear ya. Don't need to tell me twice. Here we go. Should have run when you had.
Good job, Commander. Let's debrief aboard the ship.
Mission successful.
I should have got asked to be paid in cash. I don't want any of this scrap. Excellent work, Commander. I was right to put my faith in you. You're a critical part of the restoration effort. Alright, so a little structural damage on everything, but like we're not... It'll be like a day for each. I mean, I guess I can finish the Locust. Take one of the LRMs. Did you like the Death from Above, Johnny? That was just for you. I also really like the guy's accent because it's not really like what you sound, but I like to imagine that this is how you sound.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
The Locust 1M model is interesting in that it can churn out a decent volley of LRMs for such a small mech. It's a great harasser, especially if you use its speed to lob missiles into the weaker rear armor of targets, but it normally has almost no armor itself. Alright, you go back to storage. Hello, Puppies and Muscles. What a name. How you doing? Let's get some repairs in. So yeah, 1 day for everyone I'm expecting. Oh, 2 days. Alright, screw you then. I guess the Blackjack should probably get priority. So I'm assuming we're due for finances before we can take another mission. But let's just see. I'm only gonna look in the window. Oh crap! Yeah. So everything is like 2 skulls or higher. Settling a grudge will be kind of neat, but oh, and it does let us piss off the pirate organization. So yeah, let's sit and wait for settling a oh, but see, it actually makes sense to do more minor jobs. Yeah, so see, here's the challenge I run into. Let's go to the barracks. So no points available.
What can I do for you?
Holy crap, Glitch is back to another. I kind of think tactics makes the most sense because I always do called shots with her, and she doesn't really overheat. So yeah, gunnery and tactics seems to be the.
Mechwarrior training complete.
Yes, Commander.
All right. Motley is my behemoth replacement. So super high guts, semi-high piloting. We kind of need to get everything up. So piloting is definitely priority number 1.
Training complete.
I'm receiving you.
And then this is like my Decker slash Medusa replacement. But in this case, I kind of need to get the gunnery up. I need to, like, basically nobody should have anything skill 2 ever, in my view.
Training confirmed.
So yeah, we'll start with that. So like obviously getting these guys on a bunch of missions to get them up is best. Yeah, we don't have the full complement. Well, there's no point. Okay, so actually the bigger question now is, do I want to wait for the 2 skull mission? Or do I want to take advantage of the 23 days to Weldry? I think I'm going to wait. But I'm going to have to wait until the Shadowhawk is ready at least. So that's 19 days of doing nothing. Mind you, that's 19 days and that almost covers all of my expenses. So
Network orders complete, boss. Top-notch
Got a
work.
new financial report for you, Commander.
still doing extravagant because we've got money to burn. We also are now in Resolute. So at this level of morale, you'll gain 35 resolve points per round of battle, which is pretty great. I'm assuming the month turning over doesn't change the contracts. No. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do here, the only other move I can think of doing right now would be, so we've got the spider in here. We know the Centurion's down for a little bit, so I could try and take something out of storage. So what have we got medium-wise? So we've got a Trebuchet, a couple of Blackjacks. Trebuchet might be interesting. Yeah.
We'll have it warmed up ASAP.
Again, I want to get some time in the cockpit for these guys, so okay, now I'm actually going to have to equip the Trebuchet with something, so. Oh, and I also need to start picking patterns for these things. So let's start with the Fashion Trebuchet first. Wait, how many patterns are there? Yeah, I like this one. Maybe I should just let the game randomly determine them. Oh boy. I don't really want the don't really want the tutorial. I'd just rather know what the. Oh, here we go. Okay, so a couple medium lasers on the right arm. It'd be nice if they'd just just equip it for you automatically. LRM-15 on the right torso. Hopefully we have one of those. Also ammo. Left. Wait, so right torso, left arm. Weird. So left arm LRM-15. Medium laser And then... And then no armor, right? Okay, let me just double check that there isn't anything else. So LRM ammo in the left torso, 15 and a medium laser in the arm, 15 and ammo in the right torso, a couple of medium. All right. So yeah, this thing is going to run ridiculously hot, but... That's 13 days? Jesus Christ.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
So that's going to put us past our financial report. That sucks. All right. So I guess the question is, do I want the Trebuchet or do I want the Shadowhawk more? Shadowhawk 17 days. Yeah, let's try it. All right. I wasn't thinking it was going to take that long to get the thing ready to go. Carlisle's bid. In your quarters, Glitch points to a compad. Commander, I got an offer from another company, the Grey Death Legion. Their CEO, Grayson Carlisle, is paying top dollar for mercs. He's even offering a kickback to any company he poaches from. 100,000 C-bills. That's unusual, he says, examining the paused image of Carlisle on compad. Go on. Carlisle's something else. I played the message over and over. The way he talks. I know he could really shake up the galaxy, and I want to be a part of that. Glitch smiles bittersweetly. But this crew and it's my family, and leaving isn't easy. So what do you think? I want to caution her against making a quick... God. Oh, man. Encourage her to keep the kickback if she leaves. See, to me, that's like, yeah, you're dead to us. We don't even want the money for you. I'm going to try and keep her, but this strikes me as the wrong one. I don't know if the galaxy needs any more shaking up. It's already a miss, Glitch. Think how long and hard before you sign on with Carlisle. Talk is cheap. Usually gets Mechwarriors killed. Glitch rubs the back of her head. You don't trust him? It's not that. I don't know much about Carlisle, but you know we've got your back on the Argo. So it's your decision, Glitch. Just take your time and do some research. Glitch nods slowly. You're right. I shouldn't make a decision too quickly. Later that night, she knocks on your door. Just wanted to say that I'll be sticking around. I gave it some serious thought, but I can't imagine a better crew than this one. All right. I am pretty happy that that was the answer. I don't think I can afford to lose another good Mechwarrior. All right, so we got some guys. The good news is that we have had some sim time for everybody. So let's just see. Beefeater still doesn't have...
Commander?
Oh, but... Good news is Behemoth is going to be better at everything. It's a really tough call whether I want to go piloting or gunnery. I think in this case I'm going to take the gunnery. Also, minuses to recoil penalty. I need to get guts up on Beefeater quickly.
Mechwarrior training complete.
Good to go.
Waiting for orders.
Training complete.
Yes, Commander.
Right. Zap was my Decker replacement, so we'll put some piloting in there.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Although I kind of need somebody with sensors sooner rather than later. All right, this is definitely going to be a hard one. Within the last 3 months, the local pirate organization has struck our facilities, personnel, and supply convoys over half a dozen times. My superiors in the coalition leadership would like to even the score. We'd like to hire you to find a pirate lance and destroy it to demonstrate that we are not without military resources on Panzer. In this case, I'm actually going to go for some extra cash. So it's a shame because I suspect there'll actually be some good scrap after this one, but I want to make sure that my costs are covered. So, and we've got a trebuchet, motley. So I kind of want to make sure in this case, it still makes sense to have the higher guts and the Jenner. Zap, I would think I would have actually put inside of the. Why initiative 4? No, it's 3 plus the. Okay. So again, I'd like somebody with a slightly better gunnery on this trebuchet, but I mean, this is what I've got, right? So the aim here is going to be, Motley's going to be using the Jenner to spot, Zap's going to be using the trebuchet to just rain down misery. Out of curiosity, Johnny, do you think Battletech is ever a game you'd be interested in playing? Because I kind of feel like, I mean, again, you did such a good job with XCOM that this might be something that appeals to you, but it might also be that this is a little more slower pace than what your normal thing is. All right, if they want to show military strength here in Panzer, we can do that for them. So he sounds confident. The one thing I will say, it'd be kind of nice if I had more missions than just the Arano restoration. But... We've arrived at the location our employer specified, Commander. Move forward, acquire a target lance, and light them up. Keep an eye out for reinforcements. I get the impression that these folks are a bit twitchy. All right.
What the hell is this? Jungle? Ugh. On the move.
I am 100% okay with this voice acting. Oh wow, we've already found one. This might actually be a case where I get Beefeater to use his sensor ability. Because being able to lob missiles on him right at the start would be glorious. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, this is a ballsy move.
I've got something.
I mean, it's a start.
Giving them everything I've got.
All right. So the good news is most of my team can actually jump up to that higher level. But the big question here is, am I going to be able to sensor lock? Yes. It's 45 tonners, so it actually might make sense to drop some more. Oh, but he's outside of my range, so. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, God. That was a wasted move. That Jenner's going to be in a bit of a tight spot soon, I think.
Waiting for orders.
Not quite close enough.
Going turbo.
It's just setting up the move next turn.
I'm receiving you. I'll race ya.
Got a lock on me.
Ooh, that's scary.
All right, everybody, let's get this done. Yeah.
So the original intention was going to be to... Jesus Christ. So yeah, the original intention was going to be to You know what? I might not be able to fire much, but I need to get my chevrons up.
Locked on.
Alright, let's see what Beefeater can get up to. Not a whole hell of a lot, it seems. But we can at least get a sensor lock.
Engaging jump jets.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Oh, this is gonna get fun. Okay, I think in this case we gotta deal with any potential threats to the Jenner, so let's,
Sensor lock on target.
okay. I guess that gives me a choice of targets. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so Zap's basically just gonna slowly make his way up this rocky path. Fortunately, he is not in any danger whatsoever.
Engaging.
Ah, I see they have one of those too.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, well, hopefully Glitch will be able to
Uh-huh.
get rid of the Locust. This definitely seems like a time. I mean, I'm spending all this money on morale for a reason.
That's it. Now it's showtime.
Ooh.
My internals are taking a beating. Commander.
Okay, so again, we gotta get this guy with as many chevrons as possible. And I also want to take advantage of the forest cover. So this guy basically exists to give targets for my trebuchet. I can't even fire one medium laser. So we will. So vigilant. Let's see. Gain guarded and entrenched and remove all stability damage. Your next initiative is increased by 1. Wow. That would be really tempting, but I think I'm going to try some called shots this round, so... So again, I'm going to try and go for the hero shots where I can.
All weapons committed.
And I think I'm actually going to use my... it's tempting to use the trebuchet on the heavier mechs, but I think in this particular case here, causing some misery on the javelin might actually be the right call here.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
At least I get a small height bonus. Might want to consider showing the other side to them now.
I'm ready.
Okay, so Zap will continue his slow walk to the targets. I have no idea why the to-hit was so low on that, but... Okay, I really gotta get Blackjack out of there. I think the more we can fight them in the middle, the better. That's 2 Shadowhawks.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Motley actually has some decent numbers right now, so I think I'm gonna take advantage of a jump in my Blackjack.
Engaging jump jets.
And I'd rather not have such high instability, but I am a bit further away from the stuff that sort of rains down death on me, so I'm gonna keep trying to... If I keep trying, it's gotta work once, right?
Engaging target.
Good to go.
I think it's going to be the same story as usual, where we just try and get as many chevrons as possible, stay in cover, and then harass where we can. Okay.
What can I do for you?
Again, at this point, taking advantage of Glitch's focus. I think in this case we'll just go for the center, seeing as that's starting to get weak.
Tell me what to do.
And then I can get Beefeater to clean it up. That's still going to do damage at some point, so I need to keep
Reporting minimal damage.
keep an eye on that.
I live to serve.
And again, I think the same... So I'm mildly curious about this... This is Spore Field. Spore Field slow all units moving through them. Units standing in Spore Field suffer an additional 20% damage when hit due to the Spore's corrosive effects. +4 difficulty to hit units passing through Spore Clouds. That's why it's hard to hit this guy, but when I do, it does some decent damage. This is a tricky call, because this guy's weak in the center. But I think in this case we're going to try and go for the magic.
Got a lock on me.
Interesting. Trebuchet is definitely a very attractive target. I'm assuming he's doing that for the defense. So I'm going to try and get the Blackjack to close in for the movement chevrons. It's...
Show 'em what again.
It's a risky move, though, just because, I mean, one physical hit or one, like, heavy kinetic attack, and he's in some trouble.
Engaging target.
Not enough to finish the job. That's a shame. Okay, let's see if I can try and get Motley to be a hero. Yeah.
Okay, I'm on it.
I'm pretty uncomfortable with the number of movement chevrons that he's getting, but he's not going to be an obviously attractive target compared to the others.
Locked on top.
I'm assuming he's going to go after the Jenner. Oh no, they've picked Beefeater as their number one.
I hear ya.
Okay, I feel like Glitch has got to try and finish the job. What? Oh, I should have read that a lot closer. That's so bad. God, I do not feel good about that at all.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
So there's some internal damage, and this guy's in some serious danger of
Breached. Internal damage.
Standing by.
getting taken out.
I'm going.
Or at least knocked down. Alright. So let's see if the Trebuchet can bring this home. This is not going the way I want it to. He might get knocked down. Whew, that's a close one.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Oh, but the Shadowhawk still gets a shot. It's got an autocannon, so that's almost certainly going to take down the Blackjack. So that's pilot damage.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage. Warning. Detecting Mechwarrior injury.
Ooh, and a called shot. That's gonna hurt.
Warning. Armor breached.
Okay,
Internal
now the
damage.
gloves are off.
The temptation to go physical is obviously huge with this Jenner, but again, do what we can. See, oh, okay. I really need to start reading these lines of sight better, because that's like 3 chevrons is nothing to write home about.
I got it.
Oof.
Warning. Armor
I think at
breached.
this point I just need to
Internal damage.
pull straight back in the Blackjack. So what are we looking at damage-wise? Yeah, everything's miserable. don't actually get to shoot this turn, do I? That's amazing if I do.
Engaging jump jets.
Holy smokes. Oh, it still isn't it where it needs to. Oh, that Jenner's in a world of hurt.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position.
I'm not sure this is the right call, but I kind of need to get some things. I need to get some distractions from my wounded blackjack right now.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so I took Glitch's
Coordinates received.
called shot, but that does let me use the PPC with the breaching shot on the Phoenix Hawk.
Uh-huh.
I am very lucky. That's all I can say. The good news is he does have an initiative bonus. I am no longer lucky.
Warning. Detecting
That's 2 wounds on
injury.
Beefeater.
Warning. Weapon system destroyed.
Oh, it's on now.
Okay, so the aim pretty much has to be every move has to protect the Beefeater as much as possible.
Engaging jump jets.
This thing is immortal.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
I am pushing my luck with this thing.
Waiting for orders.
Motley, can you do anything to excite me? It's a 33% chance. I don't like it, but... Yes!
Hostile removed.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, so if I can get Glitch into melee range at some point, that is going to be big.
Moving out.
For now, I'm going to get her focusing on the Shadowhawk. But I'm going to be clever about it. Again, I want to take advantage of the I want to take advantage of the breaching shot on the Shadowhawk. Medium laser on the Javelin, I'm guessing? Yeah. And then LRM... Yeah, not great great opportunities, but I'm going to take... Well, hang on. Still higher on the Javelin. Although, actually, I'm curious if we get the breaching shot on all 3, so this will be an experimental run.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
It does. That is very good to know. Wow, that's a lot of reinforcements.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Commander?
Okay, I am very tempted to just go toe-to-toe with the Shadowhawk here. We're fresh, so...
Targeting for physical attack.
Oof! It's probably not what I want my missile boat doing.
Oh, come on. This game's rigged.
We kind of need to get that Shadowhawk down before before the reinforcements really start working.
Give them everything you've got.
Okay, so again, I gotta recharge Beefeater's evasion. This is effectively his life now. Just full jump jet run. Whatever shots I can pull off, but nothing, like nothing heroic. Even doing chip damage at this point is more than what I expect. Gonna see if I can get this Jenner to do anything interesting by going in the middle.
Ready for orders.
Again, I have a powerful urge to do a melee attack on this thing. I just know it will be the end of it. It's still too much. Okay.
Fire.
Good lord.
I hear ya.
So again, knowing what I know now about
Don't need to tell me twice.
glitch, we will divide our attentions. Again, it's not even really about the chance to hit, it's more just about the breaching shots at these points.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
That hit something internal. That's not great.
I await your command.
This is such a tough one with the Shadowhawk. I think I'm just going to keep trying to get it... Alright, it's a start. Even knocking it down and giving Glitch a clear shot would be great. I can really not afford a lot more of this.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Again, the temptation for a physical attack right now is overwhelming. But I want to focus on getting as many chevrons as I possibly can.
Engaging jump jets.
With the one exception that I now have a very tasty leg target. %. It's better than nothing.
Engaging target.
You know what? I think I can live with a little heat. This thing's got full armor. Oh. Yeah, they're not kidding when that thing doesn't have a lot of armor.
Order.
Okay, so this is going to free up the heat for the next round, so
Move order received.
I feel bad, but
Targeting for physical attack. Critical hit, Commander. They're getting the angle on me.
yikes. Okay, nobody's dead.
Good to go.
Man, Glitch getting a physical attack in on the... That would have been lovely, but again, I think my saving grace here is going to be if I can take out that leg. So as much as I want to get the breaching shot, in this case I think we let her rip with everything. Not enough. Okay.
Got a lock on me.
So the bad guys have arrived, and I'm not ready for them. I am still going to try the physical attack,
Move order
though.
received. Put my weight into it.
Okay, I don't know what the reply is going to be because there's a bunch of bad guys in the area, but that is definitely a welcome development with the Shadowhawk. There's still a 50-ton mech still on its way. So I think what we need to do is we need to start moving the fight up into this area.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
I'm taking internal damage. Hot damn. Let's do this.
Okay, so Beefeater, as always, has to move first. No sprint, we're going to jump. Ooh, I really do not like my prospects here.
Engaging jump jets. Engaging target.
I was hoping that would do more damage than it did. Alright, so my black... Oof! We are going to be out for a while.
Yes, Commander. Target lock on enemy speed.
I was really hoping that would have taken out that javelin.
Report critical hit.
We might need to withdraw. I just don't know if we're actually going to be able to pull it off. Because this, like,
Armor breach.
I've definitely screwed the trebuchet. The Vindicator is going to be running in with its melee
Orders.
in a little bit. I'm exposing my back to the javelin. Yeah, you know what? You were withdrawing in bad what? All right.
Acknowledge.
I'm turning my back on this javelin, which is scary, but
Solid connection on that one.
I guess the good news is the Vindicator's fresh.
Commander? Coordinates received.
Hmm. Really just... yeah, let's... I feel like B needs a little more love than just the small laser. Oh, well, he's getting the PBC. What am I saying? I also don't need to worry about the cover. So yeah, the breaching shots should be on A and C.
Roger that.
That's a start.
Taking heavy hits, Commander.
Waiting for orders.
Okay. I mean, it's looking grim all around. Yeah, you know what?
Coordinates received.
I hope this works. Not quite what I had intended, but it's getting me some breathing room. It's not a huge surprise. I mean, the heat on the Vindicator is a bit of a problem in the sense that I do want to use that PPC, but it is a good like, this is the thing. It is actually a pretty good
Waiting for orders.
puncher too.
On my way.
Not quite ready to call it on the... Okay, so hopefully this will take out the Shadowhawk.
Here we go.
This thing is immortal. So is the Javelin. Oh, if this gets a rear attack on the Jenner, I'm quitting. Oh, it gets it on the Trebuchet. Alright.
Commander?
It is really tempting to do the physical attack on the
Got it, Commander.
Javelin, but I kind of feel like the Shadowhawk is the higher priority. I wish I could split my attention here, but let's just... Thank God!
Reporting enemy battle mech down.
Alright. I still need to figure out what's going on with the Vindicator. And Glitch isn't going to be able to take... Yeah, she's already exposed.
That got through my armor, Commander.
Ready for orders.
Alright. First of all, maximizing chevrons. That doesn't mean I'm not going to give it my all. So 48 versus 9. This thing's got 14 left.
Confirmed.
Yeah, that kind of did the job. Okay. Jesus, they want that Vindicator bad.
Oh, boy. Ow, ow, ow.
Okay.
Standing by.
This is a really touchy situation.
Confirmed.
I think we'll give Glitch the time off with the heat by punching the fire starter, which may be that may actually be the wrong move in that particular case, but I'll at least be able to keep her in the fight.
They got a sensor lock on me.
Interesting.
Good to go.
Hey, Outworld, how you doing? So again, this thing's reply is going to be to cook her in her cockpit, but the hope is that the Jenner is going to be able to take out the fire starter. So I wasn't clear, Outworld. Have you actually played the this Battletech yet? For those of you who don't know him, Outworld is a partnered streamer on Twitch. You were up all night trying to install clan mods for this game. Oh, I haven't touched any mods for this. So yes, you have. Outworld has actually been doing a Battletech extravaganza on his channel, and it has been awesome. In fact, it's so awesome, it is, I would describe it as the opposite of what I am going through right now. I'm in trouble, Outworld. Help me. You're my only hope. I have, like, I can't fire anything. His flamers are down. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Death from Above just because I'm a little bit just because of the like a lot of my units have already got weak legs. But yes, anyway, sorry, that's such a crappy shout out for Outworld. Outworld has been playing all of the Battletech. I saw him playing a Sega Genesis version and a... Oh, we're running out of missiles. Yeah, I would have preferred to go for the leg, but... As long as Glitch doesn't lose her beautiful PPC, I'm happy.
Commander?
Right through the middle. Just everything.
Affirmative.
Yeah, it's a start.
Critical hit. Here we go. I'm gonna need a medic.
We're gonna be out for like a year at this rate. Okay, like this is full YOLO going on here. I don't even know what I'm thinking at this point. We're obviously overheating, but
Target lock on enemy six.
oh, it didn't.
Over the red line.
It didn't deliver the kill.
Minimal damage on that hit.
So actually, here's a question for you, Outworld. What is your favorite Battletech game? Okay, so I'm going to try and get some distance with the trebuchet just because the long range is what makes this thing work. Oh, wait, I can't. Because I'm running out of missiles. So, instead, we use it for its melee capabilities. Unfortunately, it does mean that I'm shooting at the front part of the Vindicator, which is not exactly what I was planning on. Yeah, it's actually reasonably well... Oh, Jesus Christ, it's only 13 away from finishing. Okay, well that's fine, because we still have a fire starter that needs punishment, so...
Target confirmed.
Oh, it's so good. Like I'm pretty sure you know Harebrained Schemes is basically the old some of the old FASA people coming back to this series. So they've done Shadowrun, now they've done Battletech, and it's all awesome. Okay. Apparently I don't have a shot, so in this case I'm going to go for the physical attack.
Affirmative.
I know I'm not going to get a rear shot, so at the very least, I'll limp and... Yeah, that works.
Can't take many more hits like that.
Who wants some of this, huh?
Okay, just charge him straight in the... Or, you know what? Yeah, no, just drill him straight in the back. There's only one place it can hit.
One less target.
Oof. So the real question is, are we going to be able to deal with the 50-ton mech that's waiting for us down below?
Internal damage.
At the very least, the Vindicator is going to be able to smack the fire starter around, though.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, maybe not. So the good news is this guy's kind of confused about what to do, so I'm going to use that to my advantage here. And at the very least, everybody can cool down, just beating the crap out of this fire starter.
Heavy damage.
Oh, this gets to move before Motley. I think Motley's going to get ripped apart by that machine gun. Oh, actually, he might... No. Nothing's dead.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Okay.
Good to go.
Yes, Commander.
Zap still needs to deal with his heat.
On my way. Targeting. Physical attack.
I'd be really curious. So I know that
Critical hit, Commander.
Hairbrain's going to take some time from the Battletech or from the DLC because apparently they've been like going full speed for the whole run. I'm really curious though if they'll come back and treat it like the board game and just adding more stuff. Like, because I'm just thinking like, well, at least we'll knock this thing down.
Commander.
Oh yeah, we're talking the same language out. I'm a huge Jade Falcon fan.
Okay, back on my feet.
Sequel would be great too. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna try. Nah, you know what? The called shot in the torso is the right call here.
I'm on the move. Damn it, my mech is limp.
Then again, like what am I trying to say? Let's save the SRMs for the target down below. Another Shadowrun game would be nice too. Alright. So unfortunately I think Beefeater was my only one with sensors. But I have some ideas about how to handle this. So we're going to reserve everything until after this guy moves.
You got it.
The problem is like we're all
Commander?
just like we're just a disaster here. Like there's
Fire and jump jet.
it's a trebuchet? Okay. Holy crap, and its LRMs are out. It's wasted all of its ammo on us.
You got it.
I probably should have targeted.
Commander?
I'm debating on whether or not it makes more sense to go for the legs. No, I mean the head is probably the most hopeful. It's a lot of armor to go through.
Roger that.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually one where DFAs might make the most sense.
I'm out of long-range missiles.
It's go time. Good to go.
So he's only got 31 left on his on his legs. So I do
Okay, I'm on.
need to cool down though. I'd love to do more. I just can't really risk the internal damage, so we'll precision strike in the back and hope for the best.
Good to go. Dang it, that hurts. Losing weapon system.
Wow.
Ready for orders. Position confirmed.
So man, if I go for the leg, that's a chance to like... See, that's really a chance to like make this thing fall over. But I've already got so much damage on the center.
Locking target.
Ooh, he wants my... Does he want my Jenner? Yeah. That was the wrong guy to go for, my friend. Actually, it's kind of smart because his back isn't exposed anymore. But I got a real easy fix for that.
You got it.
He's 2 on instability, so I think trying to take him out from behind is the right call. Is it worth the extra internal It's just a little over the mark.
Firing at enemy six. My mech is over here.
Oof.
Waiting for orders.
Can't really afford to do that too many more times.
Got it.
Yeah, the PPC's done.
Got it.
Jesus, this response is going to be really painful.
Location confirmed.
Hold on to your butts.
Target lock on enemy 6.
Jesus Christ, what's going to happen? It's still alive!
All right, everybody. Let's
Okay,
get this
so
done.
the great thing here is that this thing is going to take more damage in the spore field. But at this point, we'll play it as safe as we possibly can. Yeah, as much as I want to unload everything.
Locked on.
Thank the maker!
Target eliminated.
So if you're into the tabletop game, the PC Steam game Tabletop Simulator has a mod that makes the entire thing for you. Was looking at it last. Oh man, that would be great. If you ever want to play some BattleTech sometime, Outworld, I need to learn the rules again, but that would be really fun. Whew. Excellent work, Commander. That should send the appropriate message. It sends a message. Yeah, so we're going to be in repairs for like... We're going to be in repairs for like 2... So, I mean, the good news is that the cash payout for this is going to be... You have a Mad Cat model in the post? Yeah, you know what? So apparently Catalyst, who has the rights to publishing the board game now, the next expansion that they're releasing is a clan expansion. It's not just like a tech manual, it is, or a source book or whatever it is. It is apparently a bunch of clan models as well. But I suspect it'll also be a little expensive. Like, not ridiculous, they'll be plastic models, but I suspect probably like the box set will be costly. So the good news is our payout will at the very least cover our finance costs. It will almost certainly not cover the costs of repairing all of my mechs. All right. So Glitch is out for 34 days. Beefeater's out for 94. But the Rooks are... wow, Motley really... Look at Motley here. 5 kills. So PPC, heat sinks, jump jets, everything in my blackjack, and the trebuchet walked away. Oh, goody. Well, I'll get a Phoenix Hawk out of this. Hopefully we get some replacement parts that I need to. Okay, large, medium, nope, we got nothing. Oh, we also got an extra Shadowhawk. Cool. Alright, so this would be where I'd wrap up the stream, but I am at least going to get all the repairs and stuff like that. I can't say that that was a good run, but that was a really fun one. Who is still watching and thought that that was going to end in defeat? Lady Arando's contract to liberate House Corossus is ready for review in the command center. We should follow up when you think we're ready. We are anything but. The PHX-1 is one of the most elegant and agile mechs around, boasting good armor and decent weapons. Sadly, its heat buildup is also noteworthy. Savvy mech warriors take advantage of this mech's jump capability to land timely shots and then reposition to another vantage point.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
The Shadowhawk 2H is the perfect example of a jack-of-all-trades. It supports weaponry for all ranges, has respectable speed and jump capability, and mounts decent armor. This comes at the cost of excelling at nothing in particular. You think, Yang? Whatever possibly gave you that idea? We're gonna need to do some mech repairs before our next contract, boss. Can't go into combat like this. See me in the mech bay when you're ready. Oh, God. It's tempting to just, like, put the blackjack in storage and never look back. But no, Phoenix Hawk will go into storage for now. Alright. See what this is going to cost. So, my family's ancestral blackjack. Torso's looking pretty good for something that was torn apart. So obviously we'll get the minor repairs out of the way first. 8 days. Yikes. Okay. Let's properly refit the Vindicator. We might be able to get some other things done here. So standard repairs first. Alright. Let's get you a jump jet. I better have a spare PPC. I do. And 3 heat sinks. I'm pretty sure we've got some of those lying around. I don't think I'm missing anything. As far as, see, the gyro and the arm mods are actually kind of tempting for this one because glitch is reasonable at melee, but the fact of the matter, like, I almost always use her for the PPC. So anyways, 182,000 for the Vindicator repairs.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
And my beloved blackjack. First of all, let's make sure I've got some AC2s in storage. I've got 1. Ouch. Apparently there are no AC2s in this system. Okay.
Nice to see you down here in the hole.
Okay, well actually here's how I'm going to handle this. I'm not actually going to queue up the blackjack for repairs yet because we obviously have a bunch of other stuff in the queue and we've got people who are out of action anyway. So we will... I'm going to wait a little bit on this Centurion. Yeah, I mean, realistically, we're like 2 months out from having all this stuff repaired. So, next question is, where do we go for the next job? Repossession. The Directorate Leader has fallen behind on payments for their armored vehicles, and our leasing agent has been unable to repossess the heavy armored vehicles. We've decided that sending a more explosive message is the best way to ensure that others do not take future liberties. Forward observers, our scouts have observed Directorate military units, so that's 23 days travel. Both of them are 23 days travel. One is an ambush, the other... I think we're going to do forward observers also because it pays better, so... And we will go... I think in this one... Again, it's actually... So the salvage is something that would help me out in terms of getting the autocannons and whatnot. In this case here, I want the extra cash because I know we're going to be hurting on the finances. Well, we've covered our costs for this month. We haven't covered the repair bills, and I know we're going to be waiting a long time. So the one bit of good news, though, is my team is going to have a lot of time in the sim. Beefeater's now able to move up. We can give them their extra guts. Oh, actually, the recall penalty goes away, so yes.
Training confirmed, Commander.
What's up, boss?
Behemoth. So I guess if you're healing, you don't get training time. Glitch apparently is just the best at everything. This case, we'll give her the extra piloting.
Good to go.
Motley. So Motley was a replacement for Medusa, I think? Four, 5, 4, 5.
Commander.
Yeah, it was more of sure footing and tactics. I don't even remember what I put this guy in normally. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Training complete.
We'll round him out. Okay, now this was the Decker replacement, so we'll start him off with tactics, because definitely not having a sensor lock before hurt me.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
And then we'll probably have to hire some extra people on the way to the target. So we'll have a Shadowhawk and a Trebuchet ready to go on our way to Weldry. But we're going to have another 34 days before Glitch comes in. So the question then would be, do I want to hire another mercenary? Well, hang on. So I'm waiting another 7 days after... waiting another 7 days after the Jenner's finished to get Glitch. Yeah, I still need to hire someone new. Okay. And presumably there's no store? Yeah, cannot be bought or sold while in transit. That's so weird, it's just ammo that's available. Hard times, I tell you. Anyways, we're not too worried. I'm actually not too worried finance-wise, because in the worst case scenario, I kind of have extra mechs that I can sell off, extra parts and whatnot. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a struggle for a while, just so that I can get my roster in order. I'm trying to keep things reasonably lean so that my team, my expenses don't go too wild. I'm able to train my team up. But the catch now, of course, is that I run into these situations where if I lose a couple of Mechwarriors in short succession, and then I have a bad mission, I actually have a period of time where I'm really not able to get anything done. But, I don't know. Wait. Apparently, I didn't get any upgrades. That is so bad. Clearly, if I had repair and refit, we would have been making. I wonder how long that's been that I've been ignoring that. Anyways, many of the Argo's mech-based systems were only meant to be used with sophisticated Star League-era automation. Bringing that automation even partially back online is a substantial force multiplier to Yang's skills. The stuff can't do the work for me, but it comes awfully close. You want to speed things up around here? Give me the resources to get these machines back online.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
So it's obviously going to take a while, but clearly being able to, you know, having higher med tech is going to be able to get myself back on track. Okay, so that is it for tonight. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. So what's going on this week? This week I'm going to be... Actually, immediately after this stream, I'm going to be recording an episode of The Elder Scrolls Morrowind, so that will hopefully be ready to go either as a vodcast here on Twitch at 7 o'clock, or at YouTube with a higher quality, again, at 7 o'clock. I do plan on streaming on Wednesday. Obviously, that's Christmas, but I don't have any sort of immediate plans for Christmas. I'll obviously call my family. I might have to pause the stream while I do that. And then, so yeah, the usual streams on Monday, Wednesday, Friday are still good to go, but I am going to try and do some spare streams, and do some extra just fun stuff. One of the things I'm thinking of doing is actually trying to play some of these games that Epic have been giving away. So for instance, I've had my eye on Ape Out for a while, and I didn't need to buy it because that is currently free on the Epic Store. So for those of you who, I mean, obviously if you guys, I know there's plenty of people who have said, I'm never going to use Epic, doesn't matter what, you know, in that case, this is not advocating for you to do something you weren't planning on doing. But for those of you that do not have those kinds of issues dealing with the Epic Store, definitely it's a good opportunity to get some of the Fortnite money to get you some cool games. Into the Breach was one of the first ones that they gave as part of their 12 days of Christmas. And then I picked up a bunch of stuff. The way that they're doing the sale for winter to kind of contrast to Steam, I'm assuming, and as Sean really shrewdly pointed out, whether or not there has to be parity in terms of the prices, basically Epic is giving a $10 coupon for any game that's $14.99 or higher, and then if you buy a game that's $14.99 or higher, you get a $10 coupon. So effectively that winds up being about $10 off. All of the games that I've bought have been effectively $10 off, and thank you to those of you who've bought it. If you do want to credit me with driving the traffic towards Epic, you can use the creator tag SystemChalk. My big recommendation has been Afterparty, because after the discount it's $6, and I think it's a lot of fun. But Mechwarrior Mercenaries, Mechwarrior 5, is it is not on sale, but you can get that $10 off using that coupon as well. Johnny picked up World War Z, or Z, I guess is the official title. So that was effectively $4.99. I picked up Control, and the Outer Wilds, Control, Outer Wilds, and the Outer Worlds. So basically Fortnite paid me $30 to buy games. Epic Store, yep. The other one that I think is the big deal is, or the good deal, is Surviving the Aftermath. So for those of you who enjoyed the kind of the Surviving Mars, who like the Paradox style management games, we can, that's another one that's good. I think they're probably going to do the same thing that they did with Hades, which is the 1 year of early access on the Epic Store, and then full release on all of the different storefronts. I'm going to assume that GOG will be added to that, because that's been consistent with the other releases. But yeah, anyways, whatever you wind up getting, again, if you don't have any issues with the Epic Store, in my view, the Epic sale has probably been the most interesting one, just because of those $10 coupons. Like, there's a bunch of really good stuff on there, and the prices to me are really impressive. And I mean, I probably would have bought more, except I already own like Rebel Galaxy, Outlaw and whatnot. So no Battletech on it. Battletech, I believe it would be on sale on the... You got Mechwarrior 5. It was expensive. Did you at least get the $10 discount on it, or did you pick it up before the sale happened? Oh yeah, those started for the holiday sale. So, oh no, if you haven't played 2 hours of it, I believe you can still get a refund of it. Outworld, I believe they still have the 2 hour. Like if you haven't played it for 2 hours, you might want to take a look. I mean, I don't know if the $10 means enough for you to like run around and do that, especially. But I mean, if you can't run it, it might be worth it for you. Again, obviously, I'm not a representative of Epic, but definitely take a look because I know they have some kind of refund system, and if you can't run it, you might as well get a little something in return. For those of you interested in Battletech, because of course this is actually something I should have disclosed earlier. I did get a key for Battletech Heavy Metal. I bought the game with my own money. I bought the first 2 DLC with my own money. I was a Kickstarter backer, actually. But Paradox did give me a key of this for promotional purposes. I'm sorry I didn't mention that earlier. But if you want to pick up Battletech, the best deal for it, as much as I would love you to use affiliate links and stuff like that, is currently on the Paradox store. So it is $15.47 Canadian, 66% off for the base game. If you want to buy the Mercenary Collection, which will give you the base game, Flashpoint, Urban Warfare, and Heavy Metal, it is $35.02 Canadian. Again, whatever your regional equivalent is. I believe the DLC are also on sale. At least Flashpoint and Urban Warfare is. I suspect Heavy Metal isn't because it just came out. But for those of you who are interested on that, if you go to paradoxplaza.com, those are currently the best sales for... Those are the best sales for Battletech right now. And again, the aim here is not really to get you to buy using my links and whatnot. This game is much better if you have lots of other people playing it. So please do enjoy it if you're interested. You have none of the DLC yet. Is it any good? See, the trick here for me, Outworld, is that I haven't played enough of the game with and without the DLC to say exactly what's being added and what isn't. Heavy Metal added a brand new mech full stop. So the one thing I've noticed is that I am actually playing a lot more Battletech now after I have all the DLC rather than when it first came out, where I was playing some of it, but like I've really been playing a lot of Battletech since that came out. So my revealed preference is that I like the DLC, but maybe what I'll do is I wonder if there's a wiki for this. Battletech. My usual advice on the DLC has been to check out the Paradox wikis because they give you a really good breakdown of what the free updates and the paid updates were. No, they're not. Okay, I actually need to get recording this Elder Scrolls video. How do you get onto the devs for a promo? Wonder if they dig the Mechwarrior Marathon. That is a really good point, Outworld. I'm going to send you some DMs after the stream. Let me find someone to host, and I'll get on that. So. We have got, I think the Eyes of Sin might be modding for this guy. All right. The Eyes of Sin mods for Elegy, who is the only person I really know streaming right now. Oh, hang on. Did Cool Eagle just go online? Oh, this is a tough call. I'm going to feel really bad for not hosting him, but the good news is that Elegia Games has lots of people who host. So the Cool Eagle is playing Dwarf Fortress. So let's get him Let's give him the raid. Cool Eagle actually plays a lot of Battletech as well, so I'm sure there's probably some overlap between the two streams. I'd love to do a big shout out and all of that, but I'm actually now half an hour late to recording this episode. I'm going to be up very late tonight. So I'm going to shut up. Please enjoy Cool Eagle, and I will see you all tomorrow for the vodcast or Wednesday for the next live stream. It's going to be a little bit different from my usual roundup. For those of you who didn't notice, I'm playing a first-person shooter for the first time in a while. So that'll be good fun. Anyways, see you guys later. Have a good evening, and we'll see you Wednesday.